Well, hey everybody! Welcome to Seasons Readings. My name is Jay Burnam. A lot of you joined me earlier in the year when we used to go live over on social media for a beautiful day in the Jayborhood. We received that cease and desist letter. We can no longer use that title for our property. Mr. Rogers' estate was incredibly upset with us. I'm only joking. We miss you, Mr. Rogers. But welcome to a very special Christmas holiday edition of Seasons Readings. And I know what you're thinking, Jay. Are we going to have our special guests? Delivery Dave, Airmail Aaron, Cowgirl Katie? But guys, it's Christmas time. Those folks are more busy than the elves themselves at the North Pole. Delivering packages, delivering presents maybe that we don't even want. So they won't be here, but I'm here, and we've got a special book today. Today we are starting a 46-part series, Pride and Prejudice, starting with we've nixed the Pride and Prejudice. What are we doing instead? What do we have? What is this? So instead, we'll be doing The Night Before Christmas. And I suppose this will be just as interesting as Pride and Prejudice, the classic edition. I don't know what that means. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Sounds like those mouse traps Dad set up are working. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. St. Nicholas is a fancy term for Santa Claus, who we're all waiting for this evening. Got the cat. Now that's why the mouse isn't stirring. They got the guard cat right there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Now a sugar plum is an old-timey treat like a surge. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap. Let's see here. A kerchief is just a cap. They could have said Mama in her cap and I in my cap, but I appreciate the differentiation. Had just settled down for a long winter's nap. That's what you and I call sleeping. When out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter or a loud noise. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter, and we see here British actor John Cleese springing out of his bed, possibly to go find the Holy Grail.
He says they've already got one.
I told them we already got one.
And now here we have an interesting design choice, because it looks like the main character has a framed picture of himself in his pajamas hanging in his own home. And that's a little something called narcissism, children. Now, Mr. J, of course, has these all throughout my home, but we won't. It's away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. Now, he means opened the sash. He didn't vomit anything out, of course. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, like these two foxes. They should probably get somebody on the fox problem that they have in the neighborhood, honestly. They got foxes. When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Look at that. It looks like E.T. It looks like E.T. the extraterrestrial. Spielberg's 4th best film. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. He's got very good vision for a time before glasses really were a thing. That means he doesn't suffer from something called astigmatism, kids, because he's got great vision at night. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen.
Did you guys know that the name Donder had a D in it?
To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
Santa sounds a lot like Gandalf. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Love that Santa Claus is the secondary mention there, even though he is literally bringing the toys. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Now, kids, that's something called breaking and entering, and it's illegal in all 50 states. I don't know the rules in Alaska. So at least the 49. I would say the 48 contiguous, it doesn't matter. He was dressed all in fur. Oh, bougie. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Santa Claus sounds delicious. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. That's a little rude, Santa Claus, to just light up in a stranger's home. I wonder if there are homes across the world that just smell like pipe smoke in the morning. It doesn't. That's a little thing called digression, children, and it happens when your brain has, the things that Mr. J's brain has. He had a broad face and a little round belly, I can relate, that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump. Okay. It's okay. We want to promote body positivity, everybody. A right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him. See, that seems rude, too. Why are you going to laugh? You're going to get, one, now he's going to know you're awake, and two, don't laugh at the man. He's delivering you presents. Goodness gracious. And I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. Yeah, in spite of yourself indeed. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle. He has been whistling pretty much the entire time. And away they all flew like the down of a thistle. That phrase aged well. The down of a thistle, okay. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Wow. What a story, the night before Christmas. That's today. That's this evening, Christmas Eve. So maybe we can expect a visitor. Maybe we can expect Santa this evening to wake up to be with those that we love and care about tomorrow. And speaking of those that we love and care about, I want to leave you with the song that we'd sing together this year. A reminder that no matter how tough this year may have been for you, that you are important. So sing along if you remember this. You are loved. You are cherished, you're important, you're not alone, and I'm so glad you came to join us to do some reading in my home. Don't forget, when things get scary, there's something bigger, and it is good, and I sure hope you'll join us next year as we go visit the neighborhood. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Merry Christmas.